So there's not really a lot of value to your business if someone clicks to watch a video and then they leave right away. So in this video, we're going to talk about some techniques that you can use to hook viewers right away and keep them watching longer. Hello and welcome to the Make It Awesome Show, your roadmap to video marketing success. I'm your host, Renee Teeley, and today I'm joined by Tim Schmoyer, the founder of Video Creators. Tim, thanks for joining the show.
Thanks for having me. It's fun to be here.
So what is your advice to marketers looking to increase their retention rates?
Yeah, so the retention is like how well does your video hold someone's attention, right? So it's like, do they start, they click play, and then like, and then they're out, they abandon your video. How can we get people to like watch the whole thing? And there's a few things that my team and I have found that really make a big difference. One is it actually doesn't start with your video, it actually starts with the title and the thumbnail, because that sets the expectation for them to click anyway in the first place. So this isn't like television where someone is used to just turning on the TV and the video is already playing for them. They had to intentionally choose your video, see the title, the thumbnail, and click. And so then the first 15 seconds of the video need to connect with whatever they clicked on because they have an expectation, and then you have to affirm for the person that yes, what you expect to get is coming in this video, which is what you did, right? When we opened up this video, the first thing she did, she wasn't like, hey, my name's Renee. I mean, she did that, but the first thing she told you was the title and the thumbnail gave you an expectation, you clicked, here you are, and she affirmed for you in the very opening seconds that that value is coming in this video. Yeah,
that's a great piece of advice. So first, the hook has to be your title and thumbnail so they can click to begin with, but then you have a verbal hook in the beginning so that they stick around, they know the value that they're gonna get out of it, and then you can start talking about who you are and the rest of the content of the video.
Yeah, then you can welcome your audience, introduce yourself, make it really quick, and then get into the content itself. Now, a few things that actually help the content itself perform better. One is that you need to, like, if there's a sense of intrigue or a question mark, like the people want to keep, well, you're still watching because you want to know exactly all the content that's coming. And so if you can keep them like, not on the edge of their seat necessarily, but like thinking like, oh, there's more coming, oh, there's more coming. I have another question until they get to the end, that like the brain needs to, it wants to stick around, it wants some resolution to the question that was stated. And so if you do a good job kind of like keeping people, keeping the question mark, you know, like what is it? What else do I have to do right now to keep people watching? And so there's a lot more things coming, but like the same things that can just kind of keep people's level of interest and intrigue going. And there's one really good way to do that, and that is to,
we'll tell you later.
In the next video. It's to tell a story. A good story is one that creates like some empathy with the character and then conflict. And then that conflict is like what the whole story revolves around, because you have a question in your mind. You're like, is it going to be resolved? Is it not? How will it be resolved? Will this happen? And that's true both narrative-based content and educational content like we're doing here. You know, we set it up about a character who wants something, overcomes conflict to get it, and is transformed by the process. And so how can you tell better stories with your content to keep people paying attention and be like, what happens? How does the hero overcome this? Especially if you, the viewer, are the hero of the story, and that can make a big difference too.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I think that there's a lot of things that marketers can take from kind of learning lessons from the media industry and TV and movies, and that suspense is something that works super well for movies and especially movie trailers, but something that can work really well for marketing videos.
Yeah, and it's not just like suspense, like, but it's also, I mean, it could be that, but it's also like, oh, I just need to have like the answer to this question resolved. The final thing is that a lot of these platforms that you can publish your videos to now have audience retention graphs. I know YouTube has it, Facebook has it, and you can see exactly how people are responding to your video, what keeps them watching. We worked with one guy, and whenever he would say the word module, he would just see in his audience retention graph, it would just go down, people would just leave. And so we just simply stopped saying the word module, and his retention went up, he got more watch time, his videos started performing better overall because of that. So, I mean, it's not always as cut and dry as that, but just looking for the patterns of what causes people to leave my videos, and then just stopping doing that. And that's evaluating every single video that you publish so that you can like really learn what your audience responds to, which is different than anyone else's audience. And your content is different than anyone else's content. So just paying attention to that and learning what do I do that causes people to leave, and what does my audience respond negatively to, and then just reducing as much of that as possible.
Yeah, that's great. I think most of the video platforms out there, whether it's YouTube or a social site, or you're hosting it on your own online video marketing platform, they have retention rates, and it's good to look at those retention rates to see also what's working well. So a lot of times you'll see, or maybe this doesn't mean that it's working well, but often you'll see that there's actually an increase in your retention rates, which means that someone has rewound the video to watch it again. And so maybe it's something that's super interesting, or maybe it's something that wasn't exactly clear, and so you can figure out how to change that for the next video. So looking at those graphs is definitely, you know, critical to figuring out how to make your content even better for the next time around. So I have one last question for you, and it's a super important one. If you were to play any superhero character in a movie, what character would you play and why?
I'd probably go with Batman because he got so many cool gadgets. Probably just because he's got a cool car and he can kind of soar a little bit. So.
Yeah, I love that answer. I'm a big Batman fan. I think one of the coolest things about Batman, maybe not the coolest thing, but one of the most unique things about Batman is that he doesn't really have any superhero powers.
Exactly.
He just has a lot of money to play with.
He's just really smart and has figured out how to turn his smartness and resources into cooler resources.
Yeah, so
that's a good business thing right there.
That is a good business. He started off with a lot of money though.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he did something good with it. So great answer.
Thank you.
Great, well thank you so much for sharing all of your amazing insights with us. Yeah. And thank you for watching this episode of the Make It Awesome Show. If you haven't done so already, I recommend that you subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive our latest episodes packed full of information to help you with video marketing for your business. Thanks again, and until then, remember to make it awesome.